Welcome to my dev blog number one. My name is Teah, and I'm a software engineer, and I specialize in the C Sharp for game development and Node.js and Stack framework for website and mobile application development. So today I have a basic preview of my personal website I'm building. This is just a diary to cover like the code behind my application and just show this because uh, yeah, I just want people to see what I'm doing. You don't have to request an interview or whatever in order to see my code base. I mean my skills and stuff. I just want to show it, and the website itself I hope can actually display my skill as well. So let's now this is my Stack Overflow page. I've been on Stack Overflow for like 5 years. I haven't used it that much, but I have read some like I have come here before to read on to get some resource out of this site and also to contribute. Um, Anyways, this is my Stack Overflow page. I haven't used it that much. So, anyways, here we are back at the website, and I'm gonna be talking about like what is in my website so far. So if you are a developer, you already know um, these little icons here. This is React icon, React Dev 2, and this is Redux, and this is web, uh, Lighthouse. So we will go to my website, the basic one that I deploy right now. So I'm deploying this website for testing purpose right now. They are It's obviously not in a good state, but I have to deploy it so that I know how it is in the deploy process in the deploy environment, and also and I can deploy this like and test it locally, and I am doing that with Serve and just testing it with Webpack and stuff. However, I want to deploy so I can like uh, keep it in mind like how to deploy and all that stuff, as well as the managing dependency, CI/CD, and all right. So I just got out of college. Uh, yeah, I just got out of college. I had this website, this domain for a long time, and uh, I didn't really work on my website for a while after getting the domain because I was in college doing assignments and doing projects for my classes, and so I was a little bit busy and I couldn't really work on programming because I had class activities that I had to do. And anyways, that's why my website was up for a long time, and it seemed a little bit it seemed dead because like I wasn't updating it or whatsoever. But I was a bit busy. Anyways, I've been testing my site with React and Redux, and so this is Redux. What is Redux? Redux is basically a state management uh, let's say framework. Um, it works with React and I think other languages or other yeah, I think other languages are like adapting Redux because it is a really decent system. Um, anyways, you have actions, and this here you can record your process, your interaction with the page, and I just clicked a button, and so it shows me the state of the button and stuff, and the name of the component is navigation UI and stuff is in the folder, and the function that I called is handle on click about button. Um, yeah, so you can go back, right? It goes back. I mean, you can like review the steps pretty much, like what happened in the events, and this is one of the most powerful seller or thing that React like the developers of Redux. This is one of the things that they talk about a lot, like being able to like step through your pretty much like your testing phase and stuff, and you can do a live debugging and stuff, and yeah, pretty much. This is one of the thing the Redux team is like very boastful about, and it is really good. It is really good. So I give them props for that. The overall UI, everything looks pretty good, and the fact that you can like step through events and like see what led to what and what's going on, and so on. You can trace everything pretty much. It's really good, and yeah, I really like Redux. So this is something. This I think I feel like the overall design of Redux is a little bit of a step ahead of most uh, I don't know, frameworks or tools out there. Uh, anyways, we have we're just gonna open this. We have the terminal here for Google, and you can debug your content and all that stuff in here. And this is my service worker working in the background, checking for updates. And service worker is a very difficult thing for engineers. Um, Google released this, and they they're really like the documentation bound is a little bit vague. Um, like they are examples and stuff, but honestly, you have to know a lot about HTTP protocol. You have to basically be in Mozilla and Mazzoli or whatever. All right, I'm not gonna look that up. Um, just to keep this a little professional, I'm not gonna try to put my search histories and stuff in the video. So, anyways, you need to know about it, networking protocols and like the HTTP and messaging and stuff like that to be able to use the um, the content released for service worker. Um, anyways, I am actually working on my first npm package, and this package is going to cover service worker. It's going to make a server. It's going to basically give all the information that I know about service worker and how was it and how I was able to team it and make it a little bit useful in my environment. Um, PWA and Express servers based API like websites. These are like two different things, but they kind of like work in like the same sense. PWA is basically like a client side management system or architecture, and Express, if you are building like an Express server, you can like build an entire website off of Express and stuff, and that's why Express is used for building like APIs and things like that. And what I figured out was like how to build PWA that also communicates with Express, right? What is going on here? Oh, it tried to connect to my server. New client connecting. All right, so this is the server. This is the Express server that I put together, and this year is it covers basic like networking IO system. Basically, like I get a message, I debug the message, like unpack the message pretty much, and yeah, and it's really basic. I don't I don't know how to simplify any further. Like if you know Express, this is basically what I'm doing. Like I'm getting a get request, a post, and all of those stuff from the client, and I'm just uh, this here. So it's a new it's ECMAScript, like the newest version and stuff. I'm just copying stuff from inside of the request into a different into an array, and I'm just logging it out. Basic hardcore hard code debugging and stuff. Anyways, let's see. Fatal floor promise one cut. All right, so there's nothing wrong with this right now. Let me click this 2 times. I guess it will say fetching event. Obviously, this is on a domain, so there's like no server there for it to connect to. I have the local one here, right? This one is connected to this server right here, right? The other one with my name on it, this is not connected to any server. That's why it logged out this error because it tried to connect, but it didn't receive any callback, so it logged out that error. Um, all right, so this is the Google debugging dev to terminal or whatever, and yeah, so I've been using this, and I've been using it to work with service worker, and the overall system I have right now is always checking for update for the service worker. Is securely, safely replaces the service worker whenever there's a new service worker, um, which won't really be the case most of the time, but it's basically like an updater. Like when you, I feel like most developers thinking about service worker in a sense that it is supposed to serve as something like Express, but it is not Express. That's what I was trying to explain earlier. Um, Express is a really big thing, and I feel like service worker is not really in that category, and people shouldn't be trying to convert it into like a like a full out IO system. Um, Server's worker is a proxy system, and it's a kitchen system, and that's why it's supposed to be used for. It's not for like reading out messages, sending message to servers, and like it does that, but that's not really the purpose of it, right? The purpose of it is to intercept messages and catch data and just manage the flow, that like the connection between the client and the server. That's what the service worker is supposed to manage. It's not supposed to manage the overall web application and stuff. So I kind of get passionate about this, and I think I'm making this video a bit too long. Um, Anyways, the console to log content I'm gonna take out just so that like users don't have like a bunch of messages being logged in their background. Um, yeah, so what service worker does basically is like you can catch stuff in here. As you guys can see here, we have a little bit of stuff that I cached, and when the application is offline, it will try to fetch these data and then use the business logic or whatever to either do network first or still while reload. Basically, still while reload is probably like something a lot of people want to use. Basically, the application will check for the local cache file and also search online for the other file. And then when the files comes in or there is no file, it will check to see if there's a cache file, and it will serve that, or it will get the file that was fetched from online and then will serve that. Um, yeah, so it's service worker is a really good thing. You can the coolest thing about it is you can serve stuff offline, and you don't get to see the Google dinosaur or whatever. So we will look at my oh, by the way, I let's run the lighthouse on my application. So lighthouse is gonna take a while. Sorry for the flashbang from the white light. Um, Anyways, we are back in my application here, and I'm basically testing out the layout for my content in my website right now. And right now, as you can see here, we have a little bit of like article stuff. There's gonna be like the name of the like the category. It's gonna be here if you're looking for like C# based stuff. There's a C# development, uh, documentation or whatever, and you can come in here and you can find whatever you want to find. And like I'm not really like planning to make this like a big like something that people want to like people should use. Like I'm not trying to like I'm just building this as like a personal stuff, and I'm just gonna put the whatever I want to put in here just to have something and show something. However, I will add an account system where people can actually contribute like their personal knowledge on basic software architectures and languages and stuff like that. And like you can just if like I'm not gonna be like I'm not gonna dream about this in a sense. But basically, I would just add these functionalities just to show that I can do it and stuff. And that's the overall point of this personal project and stuff. I have other personal projects. They are for like game development. Um, this here is a multi-threaded server, and I built this with the protocol and everything for Unity. And as you can see, there are like billions of codes here, like a lot of codes and stuff. And I organized it, and I have my documentation on everything. I always add a developer document uh, folder, very good, decent practice. Anyways, this here doesn't use folder structuring framework like uh, how we call it, practice principle or whatever, like MVC and stuff like that. It doesn't follow that. This is like a game development stuff, and I try not to like bring this into my my personal information because this is like a different category, right? Development is a different category from like web development, and I am using a lot of my skills and personal understanding of like object-oriented programming, and basically, let me make this bigger. We use stuff like nano ID and stuff. Anyways, um, yeah, so I'm using like stuff I learned from C sharp, and whenever I receive like a request, like maybe consulting, because someone just asked me to do a consulting work for them. Anyways, like when I get messages like these, like those, it's usually about .NET, like .NET, web development .NET, and I know very well about C sharp, right? That's like I started with JavaScript, with Code. Is it Code Academy? Not Khan Academy. Khan Academy. I think Khan Academy came after Code Academy, but I think that was like 2013 to 14 ish, when Code Academy was still free. Now I think it is like a freemium or premium or whatever website. Anyways, I started out with JavaScript, and I moved on to C sharp when I started getting into game development because I like video games. Um, and yeah, so I stayed with C sharp. I learned a lot. I used to watch Microsoft like the videos. They have a website for like their documentation and stuff. Like, I'm sure you guys already know, but anyways, yeah, I used to go there, do research and stuff, and just watch our videos. And I try to use like the overall .NET, like the software and stuff, like the Visual Studio. Visual Studio itself, like the Visual Studio, I'm using Visual Studio Code right now, but there's another version of it, Visual Studio itself. Um, I tried using that, and I tried learning mobile development with Xamarin and stuff. Um, if you look into my LinkedIn history, you'll probably like see some of those. It was a bit frustrating because with these system, I mean with these softwares and stuff, like they have to be like up to date, and they have to be designed like for various like hardware, like various system and stuff. I know like some of the things you could do in Windows you couldn't do with Xamarin in in Apple product, like in MacBook, and it was a bit frustrating because like I wanted to learn the overall thing, like I wanted to learn how to make applications for Apple product, and also for like mobile and stuff, like Microsoft product and stuff. Anyways, that was a bit of a frustrating time, and I stopped using Visual Studio for mainly for that. Like they had like simulators and stuff, and I tried using their simulators for like mobiles, like the screen and stuff. And a lot of those stuff they had like so many. It was I am not trying to look down or like say like Microsoft do release a lot of decent content. Um, I'm gonna be honest, like I'm an honest person. My experience with the overall like the software and the resources that was provided in the past, I'm sure maybe they have actually like changed a lot of their their resources. They have updated a lot of their resources. Anyways, my experience in the past was a bit tragic because, anyways, I feel like Microsoft was still uh, like developing their documentation skills and like just improving, right? As time goes on, everything improves. And you can actually see that that documentation right now is a lot more it's it looks a lot better than what it was 5, 6, 7 years ago, obviously. So I'm not looking down on their content. um, but yeah, I'm just explaining about my personal experience in the past. So back at the at game and whatever. So this year is Node.js, common JS application because I'm using web worker. Web worker is a threading system for multi threads, and I was able to pretty much design a system that allowed me to spin up as much web worker as needed. Basically, make it scalable. And again, this is for a game, so obviously it has to be scalable. And this took me like I think 2 years um, to set this up. And yeah, I went through a lot of other systems, right? Unity had like Socket.io, and there was PlayFab. I'm sure PlayFab is still here. And then there was Photon Engine. I mean, Photon networking system. And I use all of those. And yeah, so I ended up building my own networking protocol and my own networking system. And it took me a while. So that's what I've been doing in the background, uh, and that's what I have on my resume. And in that time, I had little projects and stuff, and I had like interns from. I was in middle school during this time, and I had interns, and like I helped them with their applications. Um, and yeah, it was a really decent experience for me. I learned how to be like a leader, a manager, or whatever, and I was in over my head, and it was a great experience for me, right? Um, so apart from that, I've also worked on Discord on a Discord API. I don't know if I have it here. All right, it's in my GitHub. Da, 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 da. All right, I don't have it here. Um, yeah, it's in my GitHub repo. Let's just go to Git. Whoopsie. GitHub.com. All right, somebody just followed me like last week. I mean, 2 weeks ago, and I'm not sure why. But this here is a Discord bot for Battle Right. Battle Right is a top-down action combat game, and I built this API. I don't really want to show these because they are not they are about games, and like I have a feeling like if I'm gonna show something, it should be like a professional, like something not related to video games because people have like a bad stigma, like the video game has this bad stigma about it. Anyways, this here is a Discord bot that I made for battle right, and I didn't finish it. uh, my goal was to add a matchmaking system that assessed the MMR of the players, matchmaking ratings. Basically, it's like how good the player is, and how good the player is can be like seen through like the value, like the size of this score that they get, right? And that's their MMR. Um, I implemented the matchmaking system to match players up when they queue up and so on. And I just gave up on it because the developers and the game and the community itself was not really trying to progress or trying to make the game live. So I gave up on that. But this is it. There's it right here. We have so when I'm making my application, I usually have like a utility folder, and this folder kind of like deals with like parsing and security and all of that stuff. And there are a lot of stuff inside of the utility folders I call templates and stuff like that. Right, that's a design pattern that I personally like because I made it. Anyways, in here you can see basically a bunch of codes using MongoDB and handling Discord channels and other stuff. Discord changed its API, the version and all that stuff, and I had to rewrite this. So I wrote this like 2 times, and it was a bit frustrating to come back and notice that the application, I mean, the overall API got changed. It got completely changed, not upgraded. It got completely changed. Um, yeah, but anyways, that's technology, right? Things are always changing. Now I think our Lighthouse report just came in. So best practice 100, SEO 100. You need to add like meta tags and stuff. And PWA, the way I implement the PWA is I would say a 100 score level. However, this Lighthouse has its own um, judging system, and apparently I need to have stuff like theme, which is something that is gonna be handled by Material UI, and I need to have Apple Touch icon, and I don't have those. And right, so I understand why it didn't consider the PWA system in the application that I built like for judgment. So that's fine. As for performance, it asked me to use Minify JavaScript, but Webpack doesn't have a support for Minify. I did try to implement Minify, but it doesn't. It had reduced unused JavaScript. I'm using Webpack, obviously. The scripts that are going to be built out of my Webpack, I mean, built by Webpack out of my application, the source version, is always going to be trimmed in a way that every single script that is in there is gonna be a usable script. It's gonna actually like be a dependency to the actual application. So this here is something that I really is out of my control. Um, anyways, that's my application for performance. I feel like the performance is actually good. That's how long it takes to reload my page. You can actually try it from home. Accessibility, we have an 89 score. Um, and they're just giving us some little stuff that we can add to it. So yeah, so this is what I do. Um, and I'm gonna start testing this server with Docker. Um, I have actually deployed an application with Docker before, and I'm gonna be testing this application with Postman. I installed Postman on my desktop. I'm actually not prepared to show you guys my desktop, so so yeah. Anyways, um, yeah, that's all I wanted to show for today. Uh, this page is kind of dynamic. Let's see. Let's close this. Um, this page here is going to be dynamic in the sense that we can have more stuff here. I'm planning to add like a video content here where I can upload these videos up here or something. I'm not sure. Um, but this is a flexible grid, and I will just, oh, this is my personal stuff. It's TypeScript stuff, and we will go here. And I took some notes on stuff here. I was about to actually deploy this to my GitHub, but basically, if I do this like this, I can just come back here, refresh. The page will automatically refresh because of Webpack, and we can review the content in here by clicking the account button. I'm just testing this page. Anyways, you click account button, and it's gonna send a message. It's gonna do a fetch request, and the web service worker will actually catch that and then handle everything, and we get a result. And as you can see here, the page is gonna show this amount of articles, and it's all gonna be dependent on the category, right? Obviously, if you have a category that is very popular, there will always be like more stuff available to load. So we'll have it render like this, and so on. So I'm looking for a job right now, um, and I am looking for MERN stack job. And as I said earlier, I've been contacted a lot for C sharp, but most of the time, when I mean, all of the time when I get contacted for C sharp work is usually for web development with .NET and C sharp and uh, it Angular, which is a different framework from React, and it's a bit frustrating to get these messages because I actually wish that I get message as much as I do for .NET for Node.js and Merstack application development. Um, but I am personally a fan of MERN, MongoDB, Express, and Node.js and React and stuff. And I'm personally a huge fan of React um, because I feel like it's a modern framework. It's a modern way to build applications. And JavaScript is obviously always going to be the best programming language. and the most popular programming language. And so I want to stay within that ecosystem, and I also want to contribute. As you guys, as I said earlier, I'm actually gonna start making npm packages for Node.js. I mean, yeah, yeah, for Node.js, and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm searching for a job right now, and I just got out of college, and I'm gonna get my car. I think next week. And so, if you guys are watching this and you are employers and uh, middlemen, that term doesn't sound right. If you are consulting, something like that, I'm not recruiters, recruiter firms, and you are seeing my videos and you like what you see, message me. Um, I am in Philadelphia, and Pennsylvania is the state. Um, yeah, that's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next dev blog, vlog, or whatever. And peace out. Bye bye.